Hello again. This one's another giant graveyard guy. But the thing is, he doesn't actually get to pull out his graveyard at all, really. So that's why I wanted to show this game, just to show how much dual pressure my deck can put on against these decks. I've dropped a Mega Minion at the back here, and I'll follow that with a giant in front to go for a push. He's dropped his archers behind his Valkyrie. I'll blow them away with my fireball, and my Mega Minion will take out his Valkyrie while my giant heads towards the tower. He's got a princess up the back there firing on me, so I've sent a hog rider down the opposite lane. He zapped my Mega Minion just to try and stop him from getting to his tower, but I managed to get a couple hits off there anyway. And he's trying to save up his elixir to go for a big push. He is ahead of me by about 4 elixir now, but I've done about half of his health to each tower. He's dropped a giant up the back, so I will attack the other lane with my Ice Spirit and Giant, because I'm just not going to let him build up a big giant 10 million elixir push on me. He's dropped a wizard behind that anyway. My giant will make it to his tower. He drops a Valkyrie there to help out, but it doesn't stop my giant. I drop my barbarians right on his wizard to kill it in pretty much one swipe, and then my barbarians will go to work on his giant. My giant has killed his tower, and I'll place a hog rider in front of all these barbarians to go for a counter push on his second tower already. If you realise, he hasn't had a chance to even do a giant graveyard attack on me yet. He just hasn't had a chance to do that. He's had to defend me the entire game. So I've managed to get a barbarian hit off on his princess, so I've just zapped her away. He's saving up his elixir for another big push. He drops it down the back here. I guess he's thinking he's going to have to go for a big 3-crown push now. So I drop my giant up at the bridge to just keep the pressure on. Go for my own little 3-crown here, I guess. He's dropped a wizard behind his giant. I'll drop my barbarians right on the wizard above the bridge so that he can't do his graveyard thing. I've dropped my hog rider. He's dropped his archers to try and take care of my barbarians. He's dropped a princess in a bad spot, to be honest. My barbarians kill her. My Mega Minion will take care of his giant. I'll drop a giant up there. Then he drops a graveyard on his own tower because he knows it's game. At no point in that game did he actually have a chance to go for his giant graveyard combo. I think he had a second there where he could have done it. Just there at the end when he dropped his archers. Here comes the 3-crown. But besides that, there was no point where he could even do a giant graveyard combo on me because I just kept pressuring his opposite lanes every time he tried to push me. He was trying to save up his elixir to go for a big 3-crown, but it just didn't work out like that for him. Just because of all the pressure that I can put onto the opposite lanes and keep dragging out his elixir. I might bring up another replay now. This one is against a maxed out Royal Giant. That's why I want to put this one up here. It's actually a pretty close game, but we'll see how my deck can counter even a completely maxed out Royal Giant. I mean, the guy's level 10, he's got a maxed out Royal Giant. We've both dropped our hogs. I've dropped my barbarians onto his hog, and he doesn't get a swing off. My hog rider also didn't get a swing off though, and I think I'll just let my barbarians go for it up here. I didn't have any way of supporting that push. A counter push, I should say. So Valkyrie's here taking care of my barbarians. That's okay. But that means I've already blown my barbarians, which is what I usually use to counter the Royal Giant. So here's his Royal Giant. I've just split my archers in the middle to get one on the Valkyrie, one on the Royal Giant. I've got my Mega Minion on his Royal Giant, and I'm already attacking with my hog rider down the opposite lane. He's got a cannon, unfortunately, which puts an end to those plans. But at least now I know that he's got the hog and the Royal Giant, so I know that I might have to keep my barbarians for his Royal Giant rather than the hog, depending on the situation. He's ahead in damage at the moment, but it's okay. I throw him the angry face because I just hate the Royal Giant, but whatever. Another angry face. Here's his hog rider already, so I think I'll have to use my Ice Spirit and then my archers, which I split here in the middle, so that I can get one of them to get behind the giant, which it does, and that... Wait, I fireball that minion hold away. That way I've kept my barbarians for his Royal Giant now, so I'll zap his skeleton army. And now my hog rider is up, and I'll send that in to go after that cannon and keep on going after his tower over here, and we will finally get a bit of damage off on him. fair bit of damage. I think I got 4 hits with the hog just then. And I managed to keep my barbarians in my hand. I just took the damage from his hog rider before and I didn't have a choice. Here's his royal giant. Now I can drop my barbarians on it. Drop my mega minion on the opposite side and get ready to go for a giant push. He's dropped his minion horde to take care of my barbarians. I'll zap them so that the tower will take care of them. In comes his hog rider down in amongst all of those. I fireball his skeleton army. When this happened, I didn't actually see his hog rider in there. He snuck that in. Otherwise, I would have countered that and he wouldn't have even got that tower. But anyway, I've managed to take his tower down the other side and I immediately attack him with my hog rider to keep the pressure on. He's got his minion horde up there. I'll zap them so that they get taken out by my archers in 1 hit each. And I managed to get my archer onto his tower, freeze it, and I'm dealing quite a bit of damage just with that one single archer on his tower. He's got his barbarians here. I've dropped the giant in the middle to keep his pressure. So he's got a royal giant here. I'll drop my barbarians onto him. My giant got taken out before I could reach him, so I've dropped my hog rider in the middle there just to go after him. He's got his cannon down just in time. He's got a hog rider down on my king tower. He's going for a 3 crown. My mega minion will take care of his Valkyrie. I want to keep the pressure on, so I've dropped my giant. He's dropped his royal giant. I'll wait for my barbarians to come to be ready, and I'll hit them on his royal giant. I'll zap away all of his skeletons. My giant will manage to get a hit off on his tower. Then I'll send a hog rider down the middle. Well, I knew he was low on elixir because he just dropped his minion horde. Hog rider will smack down 2 hits, and then I'll just shoot him with a fireball, and that's the end of the game. To me, I think that was a pretty good game. I threw him the thanks and laughed at him because he's a dirty royal giant user. That's what they deserve. I thought that was a pretty good game. He had a maxed out royal giant and a hog rider. So it was a pretty tricky deck, but yeah, we managed to counter it just by constantly applying the pressure. And then after I knew that he had the royal giant and the hog rider, I saved my barbarians for his royal giant just to take care of that every time as quick as I could, and can constantly apply pressure on his lanes so he couldn't build up a big push behind the royal giant. Anyway, that's that. Thanks for watching.